Today on Loganly Adventures. If you haven't heard of Shimokitazawa or Odaiba, you will after this vlog, because that's the two neighborhoods in Tokyo, Japan that we are going to visit today and see all the cool gems that it has to offer. Konnichiwa, morning y'all. I'm starting off the day going to be exploring this new neighborhood that I've never been before in Tokyo called Shimokitazawa. So Shimokitazawa is Tokyo's bohemian neighborhood. So I'm really excited to see all the things that it has to offer. But of course, starting off the day first with some coffee, some caffeine. This is my iced latte, sidewalk coffee. This place here. Very cute place, really friendly barista. And I got this white gloves roast. So it's really cool because they're lattes. You can choose between different type of roasts. This is a pretty cool complex building in Shimokitazawa. So this is like an all-white building, but each place here are all different concept stores. So there's going to be a concept coffee shop that we're going to go to, a concept little bakehouse, and there's shops as well. And so you can go, there's 2 floors up there, here, and then you can go explore around. But this is like I think this is a dance studio. Oh, this is a bouquet shop. It's beautiful. Wow. This looks like a perfumery. And there you can see it's a barber shop. Up next is Ogawa Coffee Laboratory. So as you can see, it's a very cool minimalistic stone slab interior. And here at Ogawa, they are serious about their beans. So when you order something, they have like this whole bean chart, and it's in Japanese, but it's pretty cool. You can see the different chart, the different like notes of the coffee, and even if you get a regular coffee, y'all, when I say, I'm not even like, I don't even know much about coffee, okay? I enjoy it, I really do, I love it, I love the taste, but this is damn good coffee. I know when something is good, something is not good, and especially when it comes to the notes and flavors of coffee and the subtlety, and this, I'll be so over caffeinated exploring this neighborhood. But hey, I love it. And here are all the beans that you can get, like from the origins. I didn't even know. Jamaica Blue Mountain, El Salvador. This is really cool. Of course, like Brazil, you have your Ethiopian beans, and then the different type of blends as well. After all that coffee, let's get some pastries. And this place is called Universal Bakes. It's beautiful. It's on the 2nd floor of Reload, the same building as Ogawa. As you can see, it's a small joint with an outdoor seating place, which is perfect for when the skies are blue like this. And the pastries look so good. You can see the bakehouse back there. Universal Bakes is a vegan bake shop, bakery, and it's so good. So this is their Sakura donut. I love anything Sakura flavor because, you know, seasonal is fleeting just like the cherry blossoms itself. But this donut, how is this all vegan? Because y'all, this is so tasty. And fluffy. Wow. I truly can't believe this is my first time in Shimokitazawa after being in Japan for this long, living in Tokyo, but also haven't been to Tokyo on different trips. Like, this is unbelievable because this neighborhood is so charming and has so many things here that one would love about Tokyo, about Japan. This is what makes Japan Japan, what makes Tokyo Tokyo, in this neighborhood with its quirkiness and all these different cafes just like this one right here. This is Sunday brunch Shimokitazawa, and it is such a beautiful venue. It's upstairs in its own little house. It's like a sunroof garden. It's so cozy here too. You can see there's lots of plants everywhere. And delicious sunlight filtering through. Not only the stores are cool, but the shop fronts for the stores are cool too. There's just so much to see in this neighborhood of Tokyo. Like, you can just wander around and window shop. You don't even have to actually buy anything, and that's still an experience in itself. Like, I'm just caffeinated up and sugared up from all the sweets and pastries and coffee, but that's giving me the energy I need to explore this neighborhood because there's just so much here that I wanted to soak in. And on this street in Shimokitazawa, I don't know if you can hear it, but they're playing a boppin' tune right now. I feel like I'm walking in like a video game and I'm a video game character. It's just played out on the street. Like, no matter how far down you go on the street, it's just the puppet tune. You power up by how many coffee drinks you drink. Now the street tune is Take Me Home Country Road. I love it here! Mama, take me home, country roads. Oh my goodness, now the streets are playing. It's not even just one street, it's like the neighborhood. And now it's playing Katy Perry's California Girls. I hope you can hear it. And not think I'm like local. Like whoever thought of this initiative, A plus. I want this in every single city like this. Adds such a vibe. Even this supermarket is a whole vibe. This building, so cool. For a supermarket, what? Up next is this quasi-roof cafe called City Country City, which basically sums up how I feel about my lifestyle. City, country, city. I want them both, but more of the city, a little bit of the countryside. And the cool thing is, it's a cafe slash bar slash record shop. So you can come here, get your sake, get your alcohol drinks, or get cafe food, like that's what I'm going to do, or just browse for the record collection. It's so cool. They have Japanese disco, Japanese songs, rock, indie, and a display of different records here. And I just really love this upstairs space. It's really awesome. And we have records here, more records, record player. Options goes on and on. And then also you can look down onto the neighborhood from here. This would make a bomb apartment. I would love to live up here too. I mean, it's great that this is also a cafe, but imagine this was like a house at London. Love it. Oh, they even have Brazilian music. There's a whole Brazil section. Latin, Afro, reggae, on record, Chicago house. Damn. Major moment and things to do in Shimokitazawa, thrift shopping. There are so many thrift shops here, so let's hit them up. I mean, at this point my luggage cannot handle it. I would need a second suitcase if I buy more things, but you know, when in Tokyo, when living here in the city, no other options but to keep getting all these cute things. So being in this neighborhood definitely does not help with that. Wow, this part of the neighborhood is so cool. It's like built out of shipping containers. All these different stores and cafes up there. Now the thing about thrift shopping in Japan, especially in Tokyo, there's so many thrift shops. But this is my warning to y'all that thrift shopping here is just, the prices are not what you would think of the prices in Europe or in North America, okay? Because thrift shopping back in the West is like very cheap, very affordable, right? Well, thrift shopping here, I would say, is like across the board, at least in this neighborhood in Shimokitazawa, it's quite pricey, okay? Like this neighborhood has a lot of like gems, but maybe it's just the stores that I go to, but they're kind of seen as second-hand items, like more vintage items. Yeah, that's the word, vintage, rather than just like thrift items. This thrift shop is called Stick Out, and the vibe here, immaculate collection. So you definitely can get some much more affordable items, I think, on Mercari, which is kind of like the Vinted or Craigslist. of Japan rather than in these thrift stores themselves. But they're still beautiful to pop in and like check out while you're in Shimokitazawa because it's part of the fun here. Y'all, the options are endless here. This is another secondhand store for menswear specifically. There are so many thrift stores, like I said, like they're back to back in this neighborhood, and just so many items from your designer classics, these Burberry trench coats, for example, that you can get basically in a lot of thrift shops or markets around the world, to like actual pieces like this Patagonia piece and Ralph Lauren and the other higher end designer things. Like look at this Fendi, I think this is a skirt just here. But the thing is like I said before, the prices match the designers here. So other than that, it is a very beautiful neighborhood to explore anyways, with tons of things to do and see. But it's out of my budget, at least for secondhand clothing, compared to the West. But for some people, you may just find your next treasured piece here. This is so lovely that this promenade right beside Reload has some cherry blossoms already. I can imagine it later on in a few weeks to be much more. But these are like young trees too. Love this mixed use of space in Shimokitazawa. So as you can see, there's this outdoor food truck area, and the trucks are just so adorable. I would love to have one of these trucks and set up a food stand here. Like these are so cute, and they're all around here for you to sit out with the fresh air and just like the urban design. But then we are also going to check out, if you remember earlier in the video that I said, Odaiba. So Odaiba is a whole different neighborhood in Tokyo, and we have to go back to Shibuya. So we're at Shibuya to catch the metro to go to Odaiba. And Odaiba is, I would say, very futuristic neighborhood. And I'm going to show you why I think that. It's mainly in the architecture like this. Look at this huge skyscraper, right? Like there's these pockets that is built around. This is a metro walkway. When I got out of the metro, this is what it looks like, just walking underneath this sheltering, which is really nice. But look at this. So sick for an architecture, and you'll see this all over Odaiba. Wow, this area is right outside of Diver City, and it's so beautiful with all the planted tulips here. There's even a pathway that you can walk through the tulip fields, and the colors of spring just makes me so happy here. And then cherry blossoms, they're so beautiful. It's so nice to see the bursts of pink everywhere. Growing up in Canada, spring was never my favorite season because it always snowed, or it was slush, or it was like constant rain. Whereas here in Tokyo and in Japan, getting to live here, I can really appreciate spring because there's just so much more beauty here. I mean, like with the flowers in March, I get to actually experience spring in March instead of 2 months later in May, which is huge. And then I can look up and the arrivals of cherry blossoms are here. Even though cherry blossoms are fleeting and only for just a moment in time, for really like a week, 2 weeks, it's something to look forward to each year and to appreciate so much. And from the tulip fields paths to this magnificent view right outside of Diver City, which is the mall here, it's the Unicorn Gundam. It is incredible. It is so tall and huge. Now you should check out this in different hours because so right now I believe it's in a certain mode, so unicorn mode, and then it transforms into destroy mode. It is so cool. Or unless this is destroy mode and then it transforms into unicorn mode later. Alright, so it was in destroy mode and now the Gundam is in unicorn mode, which makes sense. Look at the unicorn. The Fuji television tower is so cool. Like the way the architecture is built. And there's also a huge sphere as part of the building right there too. There's the Rainbow Bridge. And then there's the Statue of Liberty. Now, it may seem random, and to me it's still random, but apparently with the Statue of Liberty, why it's here, a miniature version, is because it was gifted by France to Japan as like a showmanship of friendship. But that still doesn't explain why it's the Statue of Liberty and not something more French, like maybe a mini Eiffel Tower as another landmark. But anyways, it's a really cool part of Odaiba, and it has now become its own landmark must-see when you're in this neighborhood itself. Ah, there we go. What a view. It is just so beautiful and calming here. As you can see, this is late in the day. Now, usually I do explore early mornings, but I find this time because most people are in over there, right? Like where we're looking out of. So here is just quite calming, and it's nice to like have a breather here and just kind of take in the sights and not be crushed by crowds and just enjoy this on a sunny spring day in Tokyo. I really love this area. I think this is one of my favorite parts of the city because you get this gorgeous skyline view with the Tokyo Tower as well. This red beaming, piercing through the blue of the sky and the blue of the water. And it's so peaceful here. You can hear the seagulls. You can sit out on the rocks facing the Rainbow Bridge and the skyline of the city. It's a really nice slice of Tokyo. Next time when me and Jeroen are in Tokyo together, I'll take him to this romantic date spot. with a little picnic, maybe a few onguris collected from 7-Eleven and a few Japanese snacks, Kit Kats. Just lay a blanket on the rocks and sit here because, wow. I mean, there's so many pockets of Tokyo that are so beautiful, but this has got to be my favorite skyline view of Tokyo. And if you're a photography junkie or videography lover like me, you have to come here during sunset time. Because sunset time, as you can see, is when the sun really lights up the bridge. And this whole promenade that is just right by the water. You can bike here, you can walk here, strolls. It is just so serene. Okay, this is called Odaiba Marine Park. Is this my favorite park in the city? Quite possibly it is. If you enjoy this vlog, give this video a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a comment below. What do you think of Shimokitazawa and Odaiba, these two neighborhoods that we went and explored today, and especially on this beautiful spring day? I can't wait to come back here again. I mean, this is my first time in both of these neighborhoods, but I know it's not my last time, okay? This is just the first of many, and this is why I chose to move to Tokyo to be able to experience this. But speaking of Tokyo and moving here, like I said, this is a megatropolis, and I haven't finished exploring it yet. I don't think I ever will, but I want to take you on many more Tokyo adventures all around, and you bet that there's going to be more vlogs coming up on my Tokyo adventures. So don't forget to tune in, and I'll see you in the next Logan Lee adventures. All right, peace out, Logey Bears. Much love. Mwah.